And we're back with the NSP podcast. I'm your host, Mackolous, and I'm joined here, of course, by my other hosts. We got 3D, Shay Monya, Trelly, and my man Renzo. And we are the NSP podcast, and the topic of discussion for today are you afraid to be single? Talk to me, people. Are you afraid to be single?
Sheesh.
Talk about your experiences in life. I mean, have you always been in a relationship? Have you always been a bouncer?
Can I start this off? Can I start this off?
Go ahead.
See, I'm gonna get a little hot today, you know.
Yeah, in Fiji, so
you know, we in Fiji. No, we'll talk though. Are you afraid to be single? Am I afraid? No, I don't think so, because I'm gonna say this, and this is actually like probably one of the biggest reasons. Like, I don't mind being alone. Like, I'm the baby out of all my siblings. You feel what I'm saying? So all my siblings was older, and they was mostly doing their shit, and whereas I couldn't be a part of it because I was always the little one. So I always had to find ways to be alone with myself, whereas playing the game, and like I said, it was just basically me. My dude sister was even at work outside somewhere doing her. So it was like I wasn't doing nothing with my mother, because my mother ain't want to be bothered with me either sometimes. You feel
was alone.
Yeah, so I found ways of being okay with being alone for real. So I look at that like I don't mind being single, because I feel like people who are afraid to be single is afraid of being alone, and that's not a problem. It's not an issue. But me personally,
it's not your issue.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
Anybody got anything else? Come on, talk.
I feel like I can agree with his standpoint on it, just because, like he said, I got an older brother, but he's, I think, 7 years older than me. So I kind of, he was, like he said, off doing his stuff, and I was in the house with my mother, my father, whatever the case was. So I've kind of had my moments where I had to do what I had to do when I'm alone. I just had to be myself, play by myself, whatever. But and I feel like, with that being said, I feel like I had a point in time in my life where I was afraid to be single, just based on the fact that I spent so much time alone in my childhood. I mean, before I lived with them for a good amount of time, I was the only child in my household, and I feel like that's why me and him are so close now, because we kind of grew up like brothers. We was like we are the same age, but we both have older siblings that are 7, 8 years older than us that didn't really relate to us until we got older. So that's why me and him got so close, because we went through the same stuff. So now when we got each other, it's like, all right, let's figure this out together type shit.
Right.
But I feel like, based off of that situation, I had a point in time in my life where I was afraid to be single. I just didn't want to be alone. But I kind of just had to grow up and get out of it, for real. It took some time, but
I feel you. Shay, give us a woman perspective.
Okay. So I was going to have a different type of answer, but I'm going to go off of this thing about your upbringing. First off, let me say, no, I'm not afraid to be single. But I actually also was raised as an only child. I'm sorry, you're not only children. I was raised as an only child. I have a sister. She didn't grow up in my house. But so as a result, I think my upbringing, I always kind of wanted to be around people. Like, y'all know, I call you up when I'm bored. Like, just what you doing? I'm ready to come over. Like, I love being around people. Like, I love company. All of that. So, although, no, I'm not afraid to be single in terms of, like, not being in a relationship, there is an aspect of, like, sometimes being lonely that, like, I don't really care for. But I don't necessarily always feel like, oh, I need to feel that with a significant other. I'm very fond to call my friends or call my family, like, what's going on? Let's do something. And also, jumping out of the whole upbringing thing for a second, as a woman, I'm not afraid to be single, especially because since for most of my adult life, I have been longer than I've been in relationships. But what I will say is, as a woman, and I don't have children, one thing that I kind of have to keep in mind is that the longer I'm single, the longer it'll be before I start having kids. And I don't know, as a man, that might not really be on your radar as much, but women, we got like a biological clock.
For sure.
I know my mother, she's been wanting to be a grandmother for the last 10 years. So it's...
Jesus Christ.
And don't get me wrong, it's... Because, let me just make this clear. My mother didn't want me to be a teen mother. She didn't want me to be a teen mother. What happened was, 11 years ago, my great-grandmother passed away. So when that happened, my mother really wanted to be that to the next generation. So she was ready for the next generation. But I say all that to say, it's like, as a woman, if I'm being single, it's like, okay, now, at what point am I going to start looking for somebody serious who I'm willing to have a kid with?
I'm gonna be on the opposite side. Now I'm sitting here thinking, I agree with y'all saying, but I'm gonna say I am afraid because I'm talking not because of my significant other, I'm talking because of me. And what I say is, I feel like my trust issues would have me lonely. Like, if you get what I'm saying, if I decide to be out of a relationship, I feel like I'm gonna be out of a relationship for a long, long time. Like, I'm gonna deal with people, yeah, but I won't never let nobody engage with me that deeper no more. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why when I think about it, I agree with y'all too. Like my upbringing and just, I wasn't a loner though. I was more so like, you know what I mean? Like I had different phases. I had bad influences. I had good influences. I met y'all. We did our thing, of course, for the last 10, 15 years, whatever. So it's like, no, I would never say I was a loner. I would just say more so I was, when I started dealing with women, my trust issues started coming around. So now when I say, personally, if I step out of a relationship, I just feel like I'll be fucked up in my head because I won't put my trust and my love into nobody too seriously for a long time. You gotta be a real special woman to really pull that up out of me. I really feel like that's why I don't feel like starting that shit over again, bro. That shit really that shit hits a little different. And then all the shit you gotta tell and secrets you gotta tell and then flaws you gotta display, it's gonna be hard, bro. And then it's fucked up because it's like, as a man, that's something I feel like we gotta learn how to, of course, grieve with and try to figure it out. But it's not just trust issues in a relationship. It's trust issues dealing with friends, the niggas you called your day ones, you know what I mean? People like that. Like, that shit really, it hurt at the end of the day. But you keep it pushing as a soldier, you know what I mean? So I would just say that's why I would think I'd be afraid. And it's not even because of who my significant other is or who I'm dealing with. It's also, I think it's got to do with me. For real. That was deep.
That's a very mature answer.
Yeah.
That's a very mature
thinking
answer.
about it, I might be. I mean, because now that you explain it and break it down like that, I didn't think about it. So I might. I don't know.
It's like when you, bro, at 24, 25, 26, however our age is now, you got to think about it, bro. Like, we gonna be at a time now when it's all about future. Kid, like, we gotta implement it now.
Yeah.
So, you ain't gonna wanna start that shit over multiple times, bro. Like, I don't understand how people get married multiple times. That shit just don't sound.
Oh yeah, nah, I'm getting married. If I get fucked one time, that's it.
And under God and you Christian and all this shit and claiming, come on, bro. That shit just don't sit well with me, bro.
I don't understand how you break up with somebody and back in a relationship 3 months later. That fast. That shit is crazy.
What you mean, like
breakups?
With a new person?
Yes, with a new person.
With a new person.
But
That
you know
should be
what?
crazy.
And
That's people that
I
that afraid to be
think that
single.
people,
Yeah.
and people think that being single is like a bad thing. Sometimes you gotta acknowledge, like that's why I said I'm not afraid to be single. You gotta acknowledge like
Your
the
flaws,
healing that you
yes.
can get from being single.
Because they're gonna
How
bring it
much
to the
you
next
gonna learn to
person.
love yourself while you single. How much you are gonna just enjoy so much of like growing and evolving in and of yourself that you like, I don't even really want to be in nothing serious. Like, yeah, you cool, but I'm enjoying my me time right now, like for real.
And that's that. I'm sorry, my bad.
No,
But that's another thing. Like when I say my me time, like I don't have a clock for that. Like I don't have like a time limit for that. Like so, I'm gonna be enjoying my life, making my money, being independent, and now you just want to come in and fuck my whole routine up. Like I'm saying, like now how long I've been in a relationship and dealing with the person I deal with, like we've been together for a while. So it's like this shit, you feel me, is implemented. And we done had our time, we ups and downs, of course. But think about it. When you get out of this relationship and you trying to do this with a new person, all of them flaws, I mean, that's why it comes with healing. All of them flaws and shit that you peeping from the early, you don't want to deal with that shit at this age. Like, you don't want to deal with your insecurities and shit. Like, that shit be hitting me. Like, until I find that one. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Until I find that one. But who knows the timetable? That's all.
But how you going to find that one? I mean, because I understand 100% what you're saying. Because I got, y'all know I'm very impatient. But if you think about it like that, how are you gonna find that one? If you like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. But you might have to deal with some of that shit to find that person.
That's facts.
Indeed. But I'm talking personally. I'm not talking.
No, I understand what you're saying.
I don't know. I'm not a fucking therapist. I don't know. That's some shit that I had to go, see some professional help or something,
Right.
Figure it out. But at the end of the day, I'm just talking personally. Like, I just don't have that in me. Maybe until I get established. But then you never know. It might be too late. Like, until I get established where I feel comfortable in my life. Financially, mentally. And that's when I'll open up them doors.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have a timetable. Like she said, I don't have that time where I'm going to say, yeah, this is my me time. I'm just going to be doing me. Like, I'm going to be doing me regardless of my life.
Right.
So I just don't know when it'll open up.
Right.
Mac, Mr. Married Man.
Talk to me.
Are you afraid to be single?
Am I afraid to be single?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a deep question.
Cause
I guess it's a different perspective being married. Cause I think when you get married, you want to kind of like build a relationship where it's kind of like you building a legacy almost. Like when you start to get deep into it and then possibly have kids in the future, it's like it becomes a different dynamic. Would I be afraid to kind of like be away from my wife? Yeah, I would say that. But I guess in perspective to, I think either Trelly said it or Zoe said it, is like being by myself. I'm not worried about that. Yeah. Like as far as me time and stuff, because people don't know this about me, I'm an extreme introvert. Extreme. Like I don't like being around people all the time. That's not where I get my energy from. So it's growing up as an only child, I feel like that's where I developed a lot of those habits of like having to be by myself, having to make up games and all of that other stuff. So it's like I never understood that. Like when the pandemic hit, some people was fucked up.
Yeah.
I was not. I was like, shit, I'm good. I'm chilling. We get to be in the house. I'm good. We are good. I am fine.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
I was cool.
I was dying. Like, oh my gosh, I need people.
The sun, bro. Not even people. I just need to smell the fresh air.
Right.
But then they had to taste the egg. Gotta taste the egg.
Man, I miss people.
Oh shit!
I wanted to do like let's just go on a walk. Who having a game night? I just wanted to see somebody else
Just
so
something.
bad.
I can do both. That's
something.
crazy. I can do
that's what I'm
both.
saying. Like,
I could be an introvert, or I can socialize.
Yeah,
It depends how I'm feeling though.
But like what you were saying, like no personal stuff. I think I'm gonna be straight. Like I'm gonna be good.
Right.
I'm financially. I'm gonna make sure we good. I'm gonna make sure myself good.
Right. But I guess, I mean, when you get deep into a relationship, like when we talk about marriage, it's like that do get kind of scary when you are talking about being single, because then you're talking about that D word that don't nobody like him.
Not at all.
Then that does become scary, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay.
But then like
Two D's.
Right.
Divorce and debt.
Right. Exact.
Double D.
But I would be afraid, to be honest, be in this current dating market, because this.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
See,
Talk to me.
these women out here, I don't know who raised you. It wasn't your daddy.
Somebody.
Jesus help y'all.
Somebody.
Could y'all deal with this current date market?
Fuck no.
That's another reason. Hell no.
That definitely is another reason, because I end up being single just for the rest of my life. I couldn't do it.
I don't know, bro.
And then it's like so many dating apps and people just wanting to hook up. Like stuff is so accessible now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Versus back in, because I met my wife through a mutual friend, so it was just like it felt natural. And like all the rest of the women I had before then, they was like a natural relationship. I met you in real life.
Yeah,
they be the best. They be the best connection.
They be the best connection. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat that. So I don't get how people do
that dating
apps and all of that stuff, because it's like I don't think you really falling in love with nobody for real. Because it's like going to the club trying to get your freak on, then it's like, oh, I'm gonna find my wife. I ain't find no damn wife in there. I ain't find no woman in there.
I don't know, bro. It depends, bro. You can find
what you looking for.
Like, Like,
Be a happy
it depends,
accident.
bro.
Find something in the
But
clip.
cause some might, what I'm saying
That's
is,
it.
you can find somebody that's on the chill side in the club. You can. You
You
can find
could.
somebody in the background chilling, and you walk up to them. It's chill shit. So you never know.
And so a lot of motherfuckers be in the moment. Like, it's just all in the moment. It's just a little phase they go through for 2 hours. And then back to the whole shit. Like, just some niggas want to get a nut, some females want to get a nut and move on.
Right.
And shit ain't genuine like that. No more.
Yeah, I would just say the dating market now it's just tainted. Like it's just so yeah.
What you see out there?
Yeah,
What you see?
like I'm just talking from what I see, and I ain't gonna lie. I'm talking from more perspective on social media. I'm talking from more perspective of what I see from my homeboys that's single, and you know just how people get down. Like overall, it's not really like it's not like I'm unexpectedly like this shit is what it's been for a while. Like it ain't been like I ain't saying it just happened today, but no, this shit been like this for a while. It's just been getting worse and worse to me.
Right.
And
Like,
then
worse.
people having kids with people that they wish they never had kids.
Oh,
by.
that's the worst.
And that'd be the deal breaker. The kids, you feel what I'm saying?
That's the
Once that baby
Bet
come
you they
about,
wish
it's
they would've
like
just been single.
Once that baby come about, it's a different world.
I'm proud of us too. We ain't had no motherfucking kids at this age. It's rare to see, my nigga.
It's crazy because I forgot. I don't know if it was my father or it was my aunt. My aunt said something to me. She was like, "I'm proud of y'all because at y'all age right now, all of us had kids. Maybe 2-3 of them at this age. By the age of 25. If you think about it, we were all born before our parents turned 25.
I ain't not thinking about that.
Well, yeah, not you,
My
but
father had kids.
yeah, but we were all born, or most of us besides him,
facts.
we were all born before our parents turned 25.
21st birthday.
Getting it down. Getting it on. Everybody getting jiggy around the same goddamn time.
Too damn grown.
Damn.
Your ass in the house.
Yeah, I wish I was in the 90s. Just really talking about
Me too.
Let that 90s era.
Hell yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
90s fine with that.
I'll probably party like a motherfucker in the 90s.
Nigga said fuck like a motherfucker.
But Shay
Nah, it
Monya,
probably
could
was
you
that.
deal with the current dating market if you were single? Could you deal with the current dating market? Is that a factor in if you're scared to be single, to be honest?
So, I have dealt with this current dating market, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, it's trash. You feel me? Like, what yeah, no, for real. Like, to be honest.
Trash.
But what I will say is, it's like, let me say this. Here's where like social media
about
and
your
these
answer.
influencers and these celebrities, they are like truly like morphing the mindset of your everyday person and how they
Facts.
feel like they're
Facts.
supposed to date.
Yes, man.
So there's like a pool of women, and I don't want to call y'all bitches, but there's a pool of women who makes it hard for women like me who are not in that pool.
That's true.
Indeed.
That's true.
And the type of men that are out there, y'all want that pool that I'm not in. And I say that because when I was, single and I was like out there like dating or whatever, it was like I could tell by like a man's conversation or just the way he would approach me. It's like, okay, yeah, you think I'm on some stuff that I'm not on. You think that you ready to get this thing easy. You think that I'm ready to sir, this is not that. I'm not them. I know what you think this is, but no. Wrong caller.
Was this like in college years you talking about majority?
Not even. Because to be honest, like when I was in college, I wasn't even really trying to date. Like I had one college boyfriend, and then when that was over, I just waited until I fucking graduated.
No, yo. College is bad.
But see, that wasn't my experience. I was like an all-white school, so it's like I wasn't up there trying to date. I was up there making friends.
But I
and
said,
stuff.
can we talk about that after you done?
Do you think?
That's another thing. That's another fucking reason why I might be scared to be fucking
Single.
No, in this dating market. I'm sorry.
Oh, in this dating market.
That's
Okay.
yeah. The
College.
college. Good God,
God, we go out there.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, boy. That shit is scary, boy. And look, I'm all for if y'all at the same school. If y'all at the same school relationship, do your thing. But mother nigga, if you back home
Speak on
and
it.
your girl go to a 5-hour drive, nigga,
Well,
focus on yourself, my brother.
I was just, you know what's crazy?
I love you to death, especially if she go to HBC outside.
I was literally
Focus,
thinking
please.
about this yesterday, Chauncey.
Can't make it there in time.
I do not know why. I was thinking about our little cousin, right?
Yes, sir.
We got a little cousin. I think last year was his freshman year.
Oh yeah.
And I remember I told him, because him and his girlfriend did not go to the same school, I said, listen, I ain't trying to trash your relationship, but I kind of recommend that you do this thing single. Because I know what I'm gonna encourage young people to do while they in your young years. Like, this is the time for you to go and meet
you a
people
study
and
buddy.
flourish.
Relax, breathe.
And it can happen so naturally. Like, you will have the best of intentions and really wind up in some mess. So it's like,
and it don't even be the
between
fact
like
that
18 and 21 and you in college.
it don't even be the fact.
School, just be single.
Yeah,
Just be single.
agreed.
It's okay.
But it don't even be
You
the
have a
fact
much
that
guilt-free, better time.
guilt free.
That's just free game. We ain't right.
No, real shit. It
That
don't
is
even
free
be the
game.
fact that she might be dragging. It's just the temptation as a man.
Right.
Realistically, think about yourself and how you gonna put that girl through her mental and fuck up her head. Second, also fucking up your own head thinking about what she doing. Like, you gotta be realistic. Think about that shit, bro. You can't be. And then you trying to graduate at that, trying to have above a 3.0. You gonna have a too fat nigga fucking around her. You gonna be 2.0.
You stressed out.
Like, you stressed out.
Brain
nigga.
slipping.
How you gonna think about this shit? Chemistry?
Failing tests, can't sleep, missing lunch,
Trust me, bro.
backed up.
Trust me, bro.
Trying to wrap your head around bullshit, answer the phone and shit. You answer the FaceTime
got
call hours
Nigga, what?
on a Friday.
Forget every fucking assignment,
text
dude.
you in the morning,
11:59, boy. You
You
fucked
ain't
up.
call. Yeah, you hit me off.
Hey, she said she gonna text you in the
She
morning.
gonna text you in the morning. Like,
Hey,
hey, my
good
phone was
morning.
dead.
My phone
I
You
was
ain't
asleep.
call at the
I
normal
was asleep.
FaceTime hours.
Text you when you get up, though. Fuck out of here. Fuck out. Y'all be thinking y'all slick, bro. Yo, men and women, that shit not cool, yo.
Oh
Just
my
be
gosh.
100, yo. Tell that nigga you out here just trying to have fun. Leave it alone.
Focus on college,
Boom.
and that's cool. Yeah, for sure.
I know I would respect it, and I'm not even college age anymore. Disclaimer,
you got
I'm
no
sick.
choice
That's why my
but to
voice sound like this,
respect
y'all. But I would so respect that if I was like casually dating a man.
Man did that. He was mature for his age. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what's up. I was mature
freshman
for
year,
my age too, I feel, when I was younger. I mean, now I'm where I should be. But I feel like I was always mature for my age when I was young.
He's like, I was fucked up.
I went into
Speak your
college
truth.
on an on and off relationship. So
Okay.
you know what I mean. You know, things of that nature.
Now, if we
Even at that.
now if we threw kids in the mix, if you had a kid with somebody, would you be afraid to be single?
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. Depends
Hell
on who my
yeah.
baby mama is.
Especially exactly, especially in this dating market, because I can't deal with no dating. I can't. No, listen.
That's a message.
I was ready to
No.
say, because we've been blessed in situations, and we've seen situations where, like, of
They
course,
get
like
ugly.
me and my brother got two different mothers, but my mother and my brother's mother are close. They tight. They cool. They friends actually, and I've seen that in multiple different situations where, like, in our family, where there's one of our fathers might have kids by a couple different mothers, but the mothers is cool, like, or even the mother is cool with his current girlfriend and some shit like that.
Took some time though.
And yeah, but I mean, but
A lot of
God is good, is he not?
yeah, but
All the time.
definitely
All
but
the time.
Even still, though, you don't see that a lot.
You don't.
Nah, you don't.
And that's a very rare occurrence. So unless it's a situation where it can be something like that, I'm not dealing.
Yeah,
with
because
Fuck that.
most
I
of our
can't.
family, like majority of the time, they know it's good vibes. So they-
Exactly.
Yeah.
like, leave that toxic shit out the door. We always try to have fun, and we got all these people that you love, and you just gonna keep letting it get fucked up from that one little situation. Like,
Right. Yeah. I mean, unless it's like in this current dating market, I feel like it would be real rare to see a lot of shit like that because
they not doing it either.
facts. Because it's like, I mean, it's everything is money. So of course it's gonna be
child support like a motherfucker. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So watch who y'all having kids with.
Hell
Shit
yeah.
is real.
and
Sure.
wrap that thing up. And even when you wrap that thing up, pull that motherfucker out.
Double protection.
Real shit.
That's funny.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh my
funny.
God.
as shit. Like, we gonna get into that. That's another topic.
So you afraid to be single with a kid?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And let me tell you why. Huh?
I would say I'd be a good co-parent. I'm sorry, I was whispering on my breath.
Here's why I don't think I would be afraid to be single. I know me, right? I know the type of person I am. If I decide to have a child with you, there's a lot of beautiful qualities that I see in you that I want us to have a family together.
Right.
And if we had that family and for some reason it didn't work out, now my focus is on my kid.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stay with you if whatever we got going on is so sour now that we can't coexist. So, because I don't want my child growing up in a household where they're seeing like toxicity between the parents, let's split. And for that, it's like, no, I'm not afraid to be single. If we not going to work, I'm not going to stay and try to force it. And then it be terrible and my child is growing up seeing this ugly dynamic.
Trauma, yeah.
Let's break up. Yeah, let's break up. Because honestly,
For the greater good.
for the most times, if people are like really like smart and really think about this thing, if you logical, not emotional, if you being logical, there are usually times because you gotta distinguish between the
She
two.
learning logic over emotion.
It took a while for her to learn
It
that
took a
shit.
while. It took a little second.
Yo, we was implementing this
4 or 5 months.
podcast.
Nah, we was definitely having a conversation for a minute.
Yeah.
Emotion versus logic.
Okay,
It's
now,
okay.
but let me just say this:
Go ahead.
if
Please,
you
son, you talking
been,
to
Let her live. She growing. She
Oh,
growing.
she definitely.
Talk something.
you feel me, evolving every day.
Yeah.
If you separate emotion from logic, logically, there's usually a place where you see this relationship is about to hit a point. If y'all break it off, then as soon as shit go left, right? As opposed to dragging it out, and you tell yourself, "Oh, I'm gonna stay because I love her. Or I'm gonna stay because we got a kid, or we could fix this." Or you get extra toxic and you say, "Okay, she doing this, bet I'm gonna go do that." And now you make the situation so much worse.
Exactly.
Right? When it's time to split, it's way more like harder than it had to be.
Get the fire extinguisher.
You
but
feel me?
easy and
It's like
peaceful.
right. It's
Won't
it's
hurt
guns
now,
blazing
respect
now.
later, though.
Where it's like if we would have broke up 6 months ago, we wouldn't have had all this turmoil. We wouldn't have had all these issues, and we could have split and worked out a nice little co-parenting type of situation.
Exactly.
But now I want to be evil. Now I hate you. Now, bitch, we will
bitter.
never see your
Yeah,
son.
see,
You
yeah,
feel me?
exactly.
I don't
all
want
that
us to
build
get
up,
to that
the
point.
fire done spread
So
it.
let's break up
Exactly.
when shit can be a clean,
Exactly.
even
That's
split,
the topic,
and I
yeah.
still love you and I still respect you. And yes, you can still have your child.
But that's
That's when
a
bitches
that's
get
a
evil
whole
with
other
my
topic
opinion.
though. Just because
A lot of
my bad.
emotions in there. Go ahead.
Emotional, right?
I don't understand why there's ever a situation or ever an occurrence or anything where you feel the need to take somebody away from their child. I think that's the,
Shit, me neither.
I mean, okay,
don't
yeah.
understand that.
No, I'm if you're doing some low down dirty shit or some shit like that, but I'm talking
I
about
mean,
like
yeah, if you're a terrible parent,
yeah,
for
of course.
sure.
If,
Father don't want
I'm
to
talking
be
about
there.
if you're a terrible
He
parent,
doing
but
what
if
he
you
doing.
saying if because I see females do this shit all the time. It's like if like he want to be in that child's life. He wants to be a good father. He wants to do this. But out of spite, based off of your situation, you being mad with him, or you gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna take my child. I'm gonna take your child away from you. You can't see your child based off of some shit." So you gonna fuck that child's life up.
Right.
That child's gonna have a different
A
mindset
void
based off
in
of
their heart.
exactly. You might honestly fuck his mind state up, or him or her mind state up, or their view on their father because
On
they don't
men
know.
in general.
They might not know.
Yeah.
They might think their father just don't want to be around them. But it's honestly you just saying no. I can't. I'm mad at you, so you can't see your child. Like I think, like you said, there's certain occurrence. Like you said, if it's a fucked up father, drugs, some shit like that. Other than that, there's no situations, no occurrences where I feel like anybody should be allowed to pull their child away, pull somebody away from their child. That's just fucked up.
Should be a
I
law.
feel like that's like
That
some
should
of
be
the
a
lowest
law.
thing you can
Fair.
do.
That's
That shit ain't
double
fair,
standard.
bro.
I mean, I don't mean to say it like this. That's more so on the women's side. I'm agreeable. Like that's more so like I don't know. I really haven't seen it that much when a man does that. I mean, it's probably, of course,
There probably are some
occasions,
occurrences.
but it's more so I see from emotional, like
And
emotion
ladies,
versus
y'all better
logic.
stop doing that. You know you gonna want you a babysitter on the weekends. Let that
It's not
go
even
be with his daddy.
yeah, but like I seen a video on Twitter. I think a dad was recording him showing up to his like son's game, and then he had like 3 kids from this woman, and he only see it after the game. Like literally, he only could see his children after the game, and she would try to pull him away, he can't even get a girl a hug for a minute, and he did like 20 videos back to back. So I don't mean to say like. It was crazy. Like, when you think about it, that's some fucked up shit. Like, I can't spend 10, 20 minutes talking to my kids for a little bit, taking them ice cream or something. Like,
I seen a video the lady, I forgot her name. The lady did an interview with another lady. Then basically she told her daughters all their life that their father wasn't like their father for real. So they got that DNA test. And basically she did all that. She said it. Like she said, like, I don't know. Like I did it because I was angry. That's crazy.
I think you should go to jail for
And
that.
like she was like, "Do you forgive me?" He's like, "No, I don't forgive you."
Yeah, I think you should go to jail for
Yeah,
that.
that should be a law. That's
Something.
not fair, bro.
You need the old child support or something. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. That's fucked up. Like something. Like that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That shit gets so deep and mess with people's livelihoods and traumatize motherfuckers.
That's why I say when you
Keep
talking
shit
about
going.
the episode lie versus cheating, like shit like that can really fuck you up, bro.
Right.
Like that's the biggest lie can like that. That's a big ass lie, bro.
It is.
Whole time them kids don't think you mind, they mind. Like you lying to them kids. Like I can't deal with a lie. Like that's fucking crazy.
But I don't understand the logic behind that shit. Well, there is no logic.
Yeah,
To me,
it's just because she was hurt. I hate
to
you.
me, it's not.
So let me ask y'all this: if you was at a certain age, like let's say 35 to 40, would you afraid to be single with no kids?
I think it depends.
To stop me from
Yeah.
being single. Like well, you mean like explain what you're saying. Like you
So,
say, like
all right. So to give you better perspective, for women, they say geriatric pregnancy happens around 35. So women have a more different perspective about not having a kid at a certain point than a guy does. So at a certain point in time in life, would you be afraid to not have had kids and still be single?
yeah, I think anybody would. Cause now I'm thinking about my health and shit. Like men be go through some shit too around that age. Like
Yeah.
gotta check the prostate.
Not be active as much?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So you gotta think about it on that end. But I mean, hopefully, God forbid, I'm still, I ain't shooting blanks. I think I should be good though. I ain't really afraid. It's more so, I wonder how the dating market gonna be around that time.
Treacherous.
I hope.
Lethal.
Then again, I don't think it's gonna be that changed because we only going up in technology and social media and shit. Like shit gonna get worse.
Right.
For sure.
Like what else gonna change? For real. Anybody else got?
35 to 40.
Like if you 35 to 40, single, don't have a kid, do you feel like that's a danger zone for you?
It would be a little bit for me, just based off the fact that at that point, that's when you kind of feel like, that's when, I guess, in lack of better words, the loneliness can kick in a little bit. Just because, like, at that point, you're single, you ain't got no kids. At that point in time, knock on wood, but around that time, that's when you get to the age where you start to lose grandparents, parents, all other type of stuff. So, the older people in your life. So, of course, you still want to have your family, but they might, at that age, probably got their own family, got their own kids. So, for the most part, you're going to be by yourself.
Right.
I don't think I could have a kid past 40. That's my personal preference. I don't think I could have a kid past 40.
Yeah, cause like me, I got numerous reasons. Like I don't want to be the 60-year-old pops with the 15-year-old son. You feel what I'm saying? And another reason, like once I do experience my first child, I want to have numerous kids. I want to have about 4 or 5, 6 if I'm lucky.
Money.
That's just after I experience. If the fatherhood, what I'm saying?
Money.
Once I get used to it and everything, I would,
Run it
have a nice little team. But that's a danger zone for me. For me, for sure.
I know they got a whole different answer.
All right, so as a woman, if I'm between the ages of 35 and 40 and I still haven't had children, I'm no longer trying. Because
That's a fact.
yeah, because based on what I know, like you said, a geriatric pregnancy, even though it's possible that I still could conceive and it's possible that I still could carry all the way to full term, there's a greater risk of the child having some type of deficiencies or abnormalities, whether it be cognitively, physically, something. You're running a bigger risk of something being wrong with the child, right? Now, speaking as an educator, I've seen children who have these deficits. I don't even, I'm gonna just let it go. If I make it to 35 and I haven't had a kid yet, it's just like, all right, I'm gonna be the best auntie, best godmother, for real. Like it's like basically I've made the decision in my mind that I must not intend to have them because I'm not gonna try anymore.
I want to ask you a question because this shit, this is a situation that happened. Well, not happened, but this is a situation that one of my coworkers been through. She carried her sister's kid for her. Like, would you do something like that if it came down to
if I wanted it that bad?
No, real. She couldn't have kids, so.
Oh, she couldn't.
She couldn't. So I'm saying, like, but
That
just
is
in
different.
general, like, would you have something done like that? What's it called, a surrogate or something?
Yeah, would I ever have a surrogate?
At that age, like when you get like 40, 45.
Or do you feel like they need a little part of you still?
Well, okay.
They kind of will.
No, if not, well, you don't have to have your sister do it. It could be somebody random, like, I mean, not random, but like.
No, we do that. If we would do some shit. Well, for me personally, my bad, I don't mean to cut you off. But me personally, if it were to come to a situation like that, I would want it to be somebody at least in
But
the
you would have
family.
probably like your brother's sperm going to another woman, though.
Right. I would want it to be at least in the blood because I don't want to have a whole nother child that don't even look nothing like me.
No, it wouldn't be his brother's. No, it would be your sperm.
I mean,
and it would be
tripping, yeah.
your 35-year-old girlfriend's
Oh no, if you couldn't have
eggs.
kids, it could.
Oh yeah, if I couldn't have kids, that's what I'm saying. If I couldn't have kids, then it would be my
Your coworker's a man.
No, she's a woman. She's a woman. I'm just.
It works.
Ways.
You're right.
So like, I was just asking, would you do that? That's all.
Would I have a surrogate?
That's a good question.
If I was at that age, and I really just still wanted them that bad, then I might consider it. I might. Whereas right now, it's like, no, I want to be pregnant. I want to go through all the fields and have my child in there with me. You feel me? But if I was to a point where it's no longer like safe for me to have this child, and I still wanted them that bad, yeah, I might consider just taking a different route to become a parent.
Okay. Shit.
Like, I'm not going to close myself off to it.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Surrogate? Whoa.
I mean,
it's a thing. You know, I do.
Yeah,
I would feel like I want you to carry my.
I was about to say, I think it would take a psychological toll on me just a little bit. It's like, dang, that's my baby. Why aren't I rocking the bump?
But says your sperm, right? You're right. But y'all want a family, like.
We'll adopt. I'd rather adopt.
Makes sense.
Really?
That's a longer
adopt.
process.
It is a longer process.
Yeah, that's definitely my idea.
That's very commendable of you, T. You would rather adopt than watch somebody else
hold your seed.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No, hell no.
I'd rather my seed be a little bit.
Cause it's like, don't you want it to look like you at all?
I mean, yeah, but it's like me personally, I just don't feel like it ain't gonna feel like.
It don't feel the same.
Yeah, it ain't gonna feel the same as it should.
Neither one of them gonna feel the same.
Yeah, but it's like
At all.
she carried. I don't know. It's just
So between your 4 and 5, you saying some you could adopt?
I could, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I can't believe you want that many
I mean, I wouldn't mind
kids.
adoption. I want 4 or 5 kids myself, but
It's always the men that want a lot of kids.
I was playing
Yeah, 'cause we don't carry them.
them. Give me 2. I'm good.
I don't want a lot.
Do you want children?
Yeah, when we gonna see some baby Mac around here, man? Yeah, I think I either in the rain.
Me and my wife on the fence about it.
Okay.
On the fence because
About having kids or just-
I mean, about having kids. Because I mean, it just depends on your lifestyle. Like, we like to travel. We like to live the lifestyle we like to live right now. So it's
I
like
respect that.
we still could probably live that lifestyle with the kid.
It's gonna take time.
But it's
Harder.
it's gonna be
slow down the
different.
process,
It's gonna
too.
be a different process.
Yeah.
You can't just hop up and go.
Yeah.
It's 12 o'clock in the morning. You can't just go somewhere. You know, all those different factors that you
for
got into it. But
Sure.
when we talked about it, the maxes too, I can't do so much as you, boy. I can't do more than 2, baby. I swear to God, hell no. So you had twins the second time. That one got to go somewhere. That one got to go.
I got nieces,
Can't
but
do it.
I
Hell
got
no.
nieces. They trained.
Shirley love the kid.
I love them.
He gonna send one of his ass.
I love the kid.
that's
My nieces prep me real good, boy.
Yes.
No, but the
Shirley
funny
love
part
the
is, like, I feel like I'm always good around kids. I think everybody pretty much in here is good around kids, but it's like, even with being good around kids, I don't necessarily have to have them.
That's true.
I don't necessarily have to
I've
have
heard
it.
So you get
celebrities
back.
You can get that motherfucker back. You can't.
Exactly.
You can't. This
You
yours.
just
You can't
renting.
give it back.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a rent. It's a rent versus a
You can give it grandma maybe for a day or two,
Right.
but that's it. You gotta come get this bitch back.
It's like, cause I be thinking about little shit. Like, I'm eating dinner for 2 right now. If I eat dinner for
Bro,
Trelly,
I had this
listen,
conversation.
you said dinner for 7. I can't imagine paying for those 7 people.
Yo,
That shit is
Especially with his
ridiculous,
appetite.
boy. Hell
With
no.
his appetite.
Hell
I had this
no.
conversation with Monty the other day. We paid $80 between us two at this table. Imagine 2 or 3 other motherfucking kids.
No, fuck
On
that.
that
Imagine the
bill.
upper 5 you talking about.
Oh, we pay $80.
it's this
We can
whole-
order what we want, but we can order what we want right now. But if it's
I'm saying
4 or 5 more,
Me and her.
You see that kids menu?
Your situation.
What you want?
That's what I'm saying.
Chicken
You in your
tenders
situation.
or mac and cheese?
Y'all already at $80 on the bill. Between you and your situation.
Chicken nuggets or cheeseburger?
Now
What do you
imagine what it is with 2 or 3 other little ones.
Oh, them orders gonna be changing. Me and my we
not eating.
We not eating $80. We not eating $80. Our shit gonna be like 20. That other 6. That was 60. That gotta be
Chicken nuggets.
That's what we was talking about
You
the
got
other
chicken
day.
tenders.
Right.
Honey mustard on the side.
I love tenders. I know kids don't love tenders.
Honey mustard on the side. She want back. She want cheese.
On burger.
You want cheeseburger?
Chicken sandwich.
Cause y'all know this about Renzo, but I think below 5, this man was eating grown ass meals.
Was I?
Grown ass meals.
20 McNuggets.
He said below 5.
He was eating grown ass meals.
20 McNuggets. Come holler at me.
My mother told me the story the other day. She said this man was 2
Yep.
eating grown ass nuggets meals, Big Macs, quarter pounders.
We don't want no kids meals.
You don't want no fucking kids
I
meal.
don't want no fucking toy.
Now imagine having that. Imagine having that times 5.
Oh my
I don't
god.
want no fucking toy. We want no 4
Hell
nuggets.
Yeah, look,
I want no apple slices.
That's it. That's all I'm getting.
You don't want no apple
I want
slice.
20 McNuggets with large fry.
Yes.
And frosty on the side. You call it Mr. McFlurry on the side.
And my mama just put it right there for me. Don't touch it. I'm good. Quiet. I'm grubbing.
So you need the millions, man. Cause you talking about 5 kids, dog.
No, that's
iPhone,
gonna
baby.
that's gonna. I'm only 24, so that can come with the time. You know?
Yeah, okay.
I'm only 24.
Time, she got to pop it out before 35.
Okay. She do.
Boy.
That's why we getting to it now.
Going like
Going at the current statistics, that's 2.
I mean, I get that lucky. You know, I may do what you do, settle for 2. Baby number 1, probably have no.
That's what I tell niggas. Like, you say you want 5. Have that one.
Have that first
Yo, I
one.
saw
Yeah, that's what I'm
something
saying.
on
I probably get the
Instagram.
one and like shit.
I saw something on Instagram the other day where this lady was pregnant for 12 years straight.
Yo, I
Damn.
seen that
I
too.
saw that too.
Is that healthy?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
every
she look good.
summer.
She looked good too. She got
really
fit.
good.
Real
She got
good.
fit. She got fit and everything. But
She was Asian, right?
Like,
I think I saw that.
It's like she got like
She
9
was
to 10
married?
kids. I don't know. She got like
Probably.
9 to 10 kids.
Probably.
And from
Ain't no
2000,
fucking way you having
I think it was
12 kids.
2000 up until 2012.
That's a
She was
She
professional.
was
like
pregnant every
year.
single year.
That was her profession.
Because it was like real shit. 'cause it was like she
was a
had one
damn
baby.
surrogate.
It was like
I don't get
1999 to 2000. She was pregnant. By the end of 2000, she was pregnant again. Had a baby in 2001. 2001, she was
Slim
pregnant.
got
by the-
some healthy
like,
sperm too.
I'm like, damn.
I hope it was by the
Further
same
with
father,
shit.
but
God,
damn.
every 9 months. Give it a break. Relax.
Further with
Yeah, I'm about to say,
Good
can't
for
you?
the old.
After that,
I'm about to say, is that shit like
you done?
Your stomach
That's
like
not
that.
healthy.
You done?
You ain't got enough?
Good.
My shit was.
I guess if
Next
you had
time,
like,
tell me tie that shit up.
I guess if you had,
Ain't got no
I
time
guess
for that.
if you
Of course it
got
was
3
hot.
back to back, you're used to that shit. Like at this point, like you might as well keep popping them up
Pretty
out.
much.
Just
Look at that hella bread
that
too.
thing was.
slide.
yeah, that's hella
the
hospital.
the hospital. Yeah, God damn.
You already talking about 5?
But not 5 years straight. 5 years straight. 12. That was 12. Hell no.
So hold up. What
Hell
age you gonna
no.
stop having kids then?
Yeah.
Right, 34, 33, 35.
So you telling me you 24 right now, and the next 10 years you gonna try to pop off 5? That's 2 a year. I mean, every 2
I'm just
years.
speaking for how I feel now. Like you said, when number 1 might come, nigga might say, fuck this shit, man.
After this episode, my mind is changed.
Cause 9 months, cause I ain't gonna lie, like just from seeing shit, like 9 months is a long time, and when counting pregnancies and all that. And then I already know me. Once I go in that room and watch it, I'm fainting. Like I'm done.
No, but then you gotta think about it though.
I'm gone.
You gotta think about
Grown
like
ass
birth
man
defects
can't
and
even
shit
watch
like
your
that
baby
too.
come
Like,
into the world.
imagine
That
having a
shit
kid with autism or some shit like that. Like,
Opening up like like that. Like that
Not
shit.
Yeah,
cool.
that's true.
Really think
But
about
you gotta
this.
think about that. Like, you
Which is why y'all don't need to be down there. We need you up here at our heads, wiping the sweat and giving us more support. Why are you trying to watch all that?
Because I want to see my child come in the
man,
world at the same time.
I told mine, you need to be right here at my face. This is where I need you.
Shit. I'm gonna be on the
got to think about
side.
having 5 kids. You know,
I set that bitch up on the tripod just like this and be like, all right, do that. All
Do
that.
your
I'll play it back. I might not want to see that.
I don't
You wanna
want
see
you
that,
to
D?
see all of that. Please be up
You don't
by
know?
my face.
You want to see that thing?
That shit just like I
Darling.
might think. I want to see my child come into this world. I do want to see my child take
I
his
think
first
you
breath,
would
but
be
at the
just
same
as happy
time,
if you saw about 2 seconds after the slide out.
nah.
Like,
I want
they
to
hear,
see.
You want to see all them
I
fluids?
want to see my child come and take his first breath into the world.
Man, that
but at the
motherfucker
same
ain't
time,
feel.
I'm gonna tell you, look, watch your mother push you out, motherfucker. Like, I'll whip your ass right now.
Real shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put you out. You understand how hard it was for me to watch your ass
Real
push you
shit.
out?
Real
That
shit.
shit, dog, for real.
watch
You
it.
know how much I had to
how hard
stomach?
it was to bring you
So you know how
into
hard it
this
was for her too? You
motherfucking
get
world.
double ass whippings tonight. Fuck yourself.
Do you know how long I had to push? How
That's why
wide you
I
had me
condone women,
spread?
man. I condone. Yeah, that's something that I feel like
Women,
as a man, we
y'all
wouldn't
got
need
it.
to do.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all got
Y'all got
it.
that shit.
God, I don't want half of that
To
shit.
the periods, to the motherfucking
pregnancies. Bob, y'all man, hell no. Y'all got too much going on, and I commend
Fuck
y'all.
that. Oh,
I'm good. I'm good where we at. Every month, y'all just bleed like that. That shit crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
shit chill
That
over
shit
here.
crazy.
I don't know how y'all go through
That shit
And
crazy.
sometimes it ain't regular.
Yeah,
oh my
that shit
God.
bleed like 3-4 weeks. Like, it's crazy. I'm just saying.
Weeks.
Man, I'm just saying.
Boom.
I'm just saying. I heard some shit go
a
that.
lot of blood away.
Maybe
Yeah.
a week and a half at the most, but god damn.
Yeah, some people bleed
Sometimes
long.
that happens.
3 or 4 weeks? I ain't never heard
I had
of
a
Bro.
friend, I legit had a friend who for like a month
That's
was
a lot of
on.
cramps.
What the fuck wrong with her? I'm sorry, friend.
Listen,
God.
so women got irregularities in their body.
Oh, that shit crazy, bro.
Profile, I know. What the fuck is you doing, bro? She alright?
She was fine.
No, so there's
that's
something wrong.
bad,
She went to the
that's
doctor for that. I know she had to go to the doctor.
I don't remember if
I
she
don't
saw
know.
a
Did
doctor.
she get lightheaded, dizzy? That's a
No.
lot of
That's a
blood.
It's not like how I think y'all think it is.
So it's points where she light and some where she not really bleeding, but she's just on her period. Like,
Listen, I don't remember
Not
that
getting
woman's
into the
flow.
specifics. Not
okay?
getting into the specifics.
I mean,
Just know it happened for 3 to 4 weeks straight, baby.
yeah, like
For 3 to 4
that's what I'm
weeks
saying.
straight.
She really bleeding for a month. Like, that's crazy.
But no, okay, let's bring it back to the topic
So
again.
bringing it back. Are you guys afraid out there to be single? Tell me exactly how you feel. You already heard all our perspectives.
All of them.
All of them. So leave a comment, anything below. Remember to like and subscribe as always. And to my boy 3D, send us out with the song of the day, baby.
Today we got "You Could Do Better" by Lil Donald.
Look, look at you thinking you could live without a melody.